head into what might be a hedge maze. They always remind me of The Shining. Oh, wow. Hi guys, thank you for tuning in to AmysCrypt. I'm currently in Paris, France. I am at the Tuileries garden and it has a very cool ghost story here. So if you want to learn a bit more about the ghost story and explore the gardens with me, stay tuned. Alright guys, so I'm here in the Tuileries Gardens, which exists in Paris just a short distance from the Louvre, and it is all that is left of the Tuileries Palace. That place was a royal residence here in Paris from the 1500s right up to the 1800s when it burnt down to the ground. So the reason I'm here at the Tuileries Gardens is because it is supposedly one of the most haunted places in Paris. It is said to be haunted by a red man. Now this is an apparition that wears predominantly red, and although it is most commonly cited as a ghost, some have also said that it could be a goblin or it could be the devil. And this legend dates way back to the 16th century. So the first story of how the Red Man came to be dates back to the 1500s. At this time, the Queen of France's husband had died, so she hired a hitman to go out and kill a lot of her political enemies. Because of this, the hitman had a lot of information and a lot of dirt on the Queen, so consequently she also had him killed. And it is said that he was killed, murdered, right here in these gardens. After his death, legend states that his corpse was left in the garden, but later went missing. And then the legends grew, and it was said that he would always haunt Tuileries Gardens. The second story of how the Red Man came to be was that he was actually a pre-existing spirit within the Tuileries Palace, and when the Queen of France moved in, she interacted with his apparition, and it is said that the Red Man even prophesied her death. So the Red Man has actually been sighted by many people throughout history, and even by many historical figures. He was seen many times in the Tuileries Palace, which no longer exists since it burnt to the ground, yet he's also been seen many times in the gardens that we are in right now. He is always described as wearing blood red clothing and is said to signal a significant violent death being just around the corner. It is rumoured that there have been many historical figures, a lot of kings, and even most notably Marie Antoinette, citing the Red Man just before their deaths. The final story of interest that I want to relay to you about the Red Man is that he is said to have interacted with Napoleon numerous times. Napoleon saw the Red Man as a teller of the future and his destiny, and it is said that the Red Man appeared to him in his dreams even, and foretold how he should conduct and influenced how he conducted his campaigns. Apparently there hasn't really been many sightings of the Red Man since the Tuileries Palace burnt down, but it's still an interesting legend and one that has drawn me to this park. And because it's getting a bit darker, I think it's time to go and explore the park a little bit. So we're going to walk around, maybe try a little bit of paranormal investigating. Probably a bit too loud for EVPs, but we might get the chance to try a spirit box, and we'll definitely get Ghost Tube out. So yeah, let's go have a look around. Alright guys, so you know, or some of you probably know by now, that I'm terrified of birds, and there are a lot of big black crow, raven type birds hanging around us right over here where I was just doing all my talking on the bench. they were just hanging around me in the tree, and it was terrifying, but I persevered and I got through that little speech for you. Won't be able to see it very well on camera, but just behind me here down there is the Arc de Triomphe, and then on the opposite side of the gardens are the Louvre. And supposedly everything in Paris was kind of built in this same line running along through this area, including the palace, yet that's kind of destroyed a little bit now since the palace was burnt down. So the gardens are a really cool thing to visit here in Paris. We've got a lot of pieces of art, so there's a lot of sculptures all throughout the park. There's a few cafes, and then there's a carousel, and it's just really pretty. Right in the heart of the city as well, right near the Louvre, and it's definitely worth checking out. Alright guys, we've found a quiet part of the gardens. I'm going to conduct a spirit box and see if we can communicate with the red man. I'm going to be calling out in French, which I don't speak. I've got a few questions lined up on my phone to try and communicate. I'm not sure exactly if we'll be able to reach any spirits here, or even the red ghost who's rumoured to possibly not haunt the gardens anymore since the palace was burned down, but we are going to give it a crack. Okay guys, my torch has stopped working. It is dead. Just want to take note though. Oh, it's working now. This isn't a paranormal occurrence. This is me not changing my batteries and needing to do that right now. Alright, again, not paranormal. Batteries on my spirit box are dead, so I just used my last 3 spares because I lost a bunch of batteries somehow from my bag. Alright guys, take 2, spirit box in Tuileries Gardens. Bonjour, je m'appelle Amy. Parlez-moi. Talk to me. Yeah, Kinaman Hoshisi. Is there a red man here? Quel est ton nom? What is your name? No, we got another one. There's definitely voices coming through, but they could be radio interference. And because I don't speak French, it's difficult to decipher. Comment es-tu? How did you die? savez-vous? Where are you from? Quel âge avez-vous? How old are you? Merci beaucoup. Okay, so there's definitely a lot of voices that we captured then. As I said earlier, it's totally possible that's just radio interference coming through this device. Basically sweeps through radio stations very quickly, and we're trying to listen for voices that lay over the top of those sweeps, which some people believe could be spirits interacting with us. Since I don't speak French, it's difficult to be able to pick out any words that have meaning to the questions that I was asking, so it's always tricky when I do these things in countries that are foreign to me. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to go for a stroll through the garden. I have Ghost Tube running and it is set to French, so you'll see some overlays on the screen here. EVPs we're not really going to be able to pick up on, but if there's any weird fluctuations in the magnetic field, we'll see that. And maybe we'll pick up a few words. I'm not going to try and reach out to any spirits in general. I thought I would just talk to you, my viewers, and just give you a little AmysCrypt update and, you know, about my travels, what we've been up to, and hopefully we get a response through as we go for a little walk. So obviously we're currently in Paris, France, and we've actually been here for a little while. We're spending a bit of time here because we've actually applied for and are waiting for our passports back to get an Indian visa. So India is definitely on the cards. It's a place I'm very interested in. There's a lot of supernatural and paranormal culture there, and a lot of really cool locations I'm keen on visiting. I don't know if it's going to be the next place that we visit, or we might be in Europe for a little while still. A lot of the filming that I do and the videos that I release are kind of out of sync. So I have, oh, we did get a word. Quince. Okay, we got a word. It's coming through to me in French, and I don't speak French, so that's something that we'll have to translate after. But that's cool that we got one. So yeah, I have a big backlog of videos. I've done, you know, a lot of filming. I've been to Poland, the Czech Republic, I've been to Germany. Since leaving Romania, I've kind of been to quite a few places, so I kind of just release videos as I feel like it for different locations. But I would love to hear from my viewers. Are there any places out there that you're interested in? Anywhere that you'd like me to visit, tell ghost stories for, investigate? And that could be cities, countries, or specific locations. If you are from India and you know of any cool spots in India, or there's any food or anything that I should try and experience while I'm there in the country, please drop me a comment and let me know. I love to hear from my viewers and what you want to see AmysCrypt do and where you want to see me go. So those birds are crowing right behind me. They scare me so much. the trees are starting to shed their leaves and starting to get really cold and winter-like. On our walk here, we walk past all the Christmas decorations that they're putting up in the streets of Paris, and it's just beautiful. Alright, I think we're going to wrap up this ghost tube session. So we're just about to head into what might be a hedge maze. We don't know that it's a maze though, so I'm going to check it out. Yeah. I didn't know that we're supposed to be walking through that area. Hedge, although this isn't really a hedge maze, they always remind me of The Shining.
Oh, check this out.
What? Oh, wow. That is what is inside a hedge, guys. I wonder if this one... Oh, look at that one.
You got a torch on you?
Not one. Batteries now. I might have this crap one.
Wow, that goes all the way down
Yeah,
there.
look in this one. Look in this one.
Oh wow, you can go inside the hedge.
It's so good. So, I think it's a pretty easy to navigate maze if it is one.
There's the exit.
Oh, I found the way out again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this Haunted Paris video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. That way I can keep taking you to creepy locations. If you want to read any more about haunted places, head to amyscrypt.com, and remember guys, until next time, stay spooky.